Hello, everybody, and welcome to the newest indoor adventure in Passage Part 7. Or, no, 8. I think this is 8. Last week was 7. This is officially the longest arc that we've had going on so far, and for that, I am very excited and very grateful. So, first order of business. If you would like to join in on this game live, all you audiocast people, you can check us out at twitch.tv/theinDoorAdventurer, or you can go to youtube.com/theinDoorAdventurer. We play every Monday at 5:30 Pacific Standard Time in the PM, so if you want, come on by and watch us play live, because that way you can see whenever we have really awesome stuff to display, such as this amazing t-shirt. It's so good. It's the Moon Maiden shirt. LB has one. It's ginormous. That just means that it can fit all the love that we have to give you guys inside of it. Also, we got mugs. And mugs are pretty sweet. I am going to be adding a larger sized mug as well, mostly because I feel like we need to accommodate everybody's perfect container of liquid, and the 12 ounce is not that for some people. So, we will start with a bigger one coming up later tonight, probably while I'm editing, so look forward around like 10:30 at bit.ly/indoor-merch, where you can find all sorts of other stuff, including sweatshirts. If you felt the heat today at all, well, you know, we have tank tops with the same Moon Maiden design as well as other designs on it, so be sure to check those out. And that is it for my spiel about merch. So, with that in mind, guys, who are we playing tonight?
Oh, hi, I'm RJ, and I'll be playing Caelum, the Shadowcry Cleric.
I'm LB, and I will be playing Gwen, the Halfling Barbarian.
I'm Cyber. I play Blake, the Dragonborn Blood Hunter, not Barbarian. What am I thinking?
And I'm Wings, and I'm playing Coriander, the Eldritch Paladin.
Yes. And I am the Indoor Adventurer, and I shall be your Dungeon Master for the evening. So, where we left off last time, you guys decided to get involved with a sea hag named Agatha, who then, in exchange for letting you borrow her boat, which she had made out of a transformed troll, to go off and go kill her sister. And she's letting you use that in return for, well, making sure that Cybra stays safe, clearly. As you guys were on a... she kind of needed to keep her by as a sort of collateral in case anything were to happen to her boat. Then your boat decided to take you all the way to the location where Agatha's sister Vilda was, where you guys adventured into the island and encountered her in her own home, where... you recovered the mug, recovered the staff, and made a daring escape out to sea after a quick stint of combat, where you then watched in horror as this hag, who exhibited powers similar to a Medusa, was able to turn your boat into petrified coral. You guys managed to completely destroy the Medusa/hag that was in charge of this island, with Caelum doing well over 40 plus damage on a silly guiding bolt because he's good at this game, and you managed to save your sinking ship and pull it back up onto shore, as well as Cori, being in a spring form, was able to send Gwen over the water onto the shoreline, so that way Gwen did not have to swim at all. And that is where we are going to pick up this week, is the four of you standing on the shore next to the smoldering remains of this hag that you guys had just recently made quick work of.
Well, shit.
Gross?
Corey's gonna stand up and walk over towards the hag. And just kind of examine her. Like she's totally dead, right? There's no
yeah.
coming back from this.
No, as Caelum was described doing last week, his guiding bolt was the equivalent of a hyper beam shooting out from his spear. So there is just a charred hole inside the chest of this hag.
All right. As Cori just looks down at the hag, she's just gonna lower her head for a second and just erupt into her summer form. And there's just like a shockwave that goes out from her and like turns the sand underneath her into concentric rings of glass, and her hair like flies up in a yellow inferno for a moment and then just dies down.
And during that time as well, because the temperature around is so muggy and had been very filled with moisture, as you switch to that intense heat as it blasts out, the three of you actually see that there are crackles of lightning that begin to form inside of that area as well.
Is this normal?
Cori,
Yeah?
you okay?
Cori just kind of like wipes her nose and goes like, yeah, I think I'm all right. Everything's great. All right.
Okay.
So, how's the boat?
Petrified.
Boats can't be scared, dude.
No.
Like physically petrified.
Oh. But we can fix it, right?
What do I know?
Make an Arcana check.
9.
9. You know that this is a very bad sort right now, and hunters that had this happen to them typically then were recovered as kind of like broken rubble on the ground. They never really found a quick fix for this.
I don't know.
So are we stuck on this island?
Pretty much.
Walk over to the boat and look at it and just be like, yeah. I got nothing for this. How about you, Caelum?
I'm tapped out of spells, but even if I did have them, I think this is a little bit above my pay grade.
Shit.
As they say.
If the hag had visited her sister often, there's a possibility she had a boat.
No, they had the spat, and then they separated.
Right, but before that.
She was a sea hag, wasn't she?
Yeah, they're both sea hags, I believe.
Why would they need a boat?
The other one had a boat.
We can sit here and try to build a raft, I guess.
Does anyone know how to build a raft?
Give me 10 minutes.
And
10
as
minutes.
you guys are talking, you start hearing the sound of kind of far off, like something's dropping and then hitting the ground. And then as you continue to listen, you hear it get closer, and it just kind of sounds wet as it falls. And looking around, you see that all of the driftwood trees that were making the forest around you, the kelp and the seagrass that were making up their upper canopy, is just beginning to wilt off of it until all that is left are just these tall, large spikes that just sort of jut up into the sky as the ground layer is covered now with this grass and this kelp.
That's ominous.
That's Survival 101. Shelter.
All right. Have any of you built a hut before?
No.
All right, amateurs, let's get to work.
Hey, I can pitch a tent fine.
I'm sure you can, Caelum.
What?
Gwen's gonna start looking at wood and like knocking on it to try and
Okay.
see which are the sturdy piece.
All right. Make a nature or survival check.
Ooh, 21.
All right. So
That was survival, not nature.
nice. Yeah. So with your survival, as you are going around this forest and really just kind of checking out the lay of the land now that, well, the hag's power isn't necessarily fueling it. The air itself actually goes from that really muggy feeling to just steadily returning to a very brisk, very cold surrounding weather that had been present anywhere outside along the seas, beyond the reach of Arathsk. And as you kind of continue on, there are a few trees where, as you put your hand on it, you're actually able to push forward, and it doesn't look like a lot of these trees have root systems with them. It looks like, if anything, they are just these weird amalgamations of long pieces of wood that are jutting out of the ground.
All right, Gwen is going to start cutting wood for shelter. And she's, hey, Blake, or anyone, Cori,
What do you
got a
need?
job for you. Make a fire.
All right.
Not like a contained fire.
Make a fire.
Like a fire pit in the sand, and then put wood in it, and then light a fire.
All right. Cori goes and like picks up like a bundle of sticks and then just throws them down, and they're like already ablaze just from holding them.
Solid. All right, Blake, Caelum, you're on food duty, and I'll need some help with this because I can only like reach like 3.5 feet, and you guys probably want higher ceilings than that. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
And she'll start building a small hut, like she used to with the Goliaths.
Fair enough. All right. So, Caelum, Blake, what are the two of you doing?
I'm gonna look over at Blake, jingle my chain shirt, and go, I think you're better suited to hunting than I am.
All right. I mean, I don't know if that's actually going to be anything suitable to eat on this island, but it's what's the
Fishing?
lair of a hag. Fishing, yeah. Okay. I don't have anything to fish with. I will figure out something.
Can I spend a couple of minutes attuning to the new staff?
It's going to take about an hour to attune.
Cool. Let's figure out what this bad boy does.
Alrighty. So, that is using the powers of D&D Beyond.
Yeah.
Oh, I should probably open that sheet up.
Yep.
Yeah. Using
I
the
thought this
power-
was gonna be a
add
fun
it
beach.
into your inventory. You thought this was going to be a what?
A fun beach episode with volleyball and bikinis.
I mean, it's
Well,
pretty
it's
early
more
into the
awesome.
episode.
Listen, if Caelum wants to wear a bikini, that's his own business.
Yes.
That's what's going on the Caelum body pillow for sure.
Kaylin in a bikini.
Alrighty, so the stat that you end up getting is... Where is it? That's silly.
If the DM can't find the item within the first 15 minutes, I get to make up my own.
No, that is not how that works at all. It is... I will just read it, and then I will find it, because it's from a module.
Meanwhile, Cori's going to be helping Gwen with like gathering wood for her. But in like equal parts, she'll be like give some wood to Gwen and then go pile some wood on top of Agatha, and then give some wood to Gwen and then pile some wood on top of Agatha. And she's just kind of going back and forth doing double duty.
What are you doing?
You gotta burn the body.
Why?
Because she deserves at least that much. Come on.
Okay.
Cori throws more wood on top of the corpse.
Do I need
All
to
right. So, like, once we get the shelter built, we get some food. I mean, we all have rations, right? Everyone brought their rations.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Gwen looks at everyone like, please tell me. All right, cool. All right, then what time of day is it?
At this point, it is the mid-afternoon. You know that in a couple hours the sun is actually going to go down because it is the winter months.
Yeah. So then we pack all and go to sleep. Wait till the morning. Build a boat.
I guess.
I mean, we've all seen boats before, right? It like can't be that bad.
Right, but we also have a hunk of coral that we have to bring back.
Yeah, I'll just tie it to the back.
That will sink.
Oh.
Interesting.
I'll just hold it above my head.
Cori throws more wood on the pile.
I have enough wood, thank you. I need like something to put over the top of it.
Like leaves?
Yeah, like big old fucking leaves.
There's no leaves on the island, is there?
There's a bunch of very wet grass as well as wet kelp.
All right.
Perfect.
Cori's gonna start gathering up grass and like doing the hair dryer thing, but like with her body heat.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Are you guys fishing? Sorry.
Blake was going to try to fish, but Blake has nothing to fish with. So it might end up him just Eldritch blasting into the water and hoping for the best.
Why don't you just tie some rope on the end of a crossbow?
Because that's rope.
No, not
And
mine.
that has nothing to do with like the bait or the hook.
Or even like a sharpened stick.
Yeah, go spearfishing, dudes. Not that I know what that is, but
That's what the beach episode is for, is spearfishing, you guys.
We gotta fish on the beach.
mm-hmm. Oh, lady. For those of you who don't watch the show live, you really should because
Baby girl.
she's so sweet.
Such a babe.
There's a big old German shepherd.
That's very odd.
What?
Odd.
So kind of researching a little bit into the staff as I do, it doesn't feel like it has the potential to create blights.
What do you mean?
No. It's made out of some sort of porous wood, but like I don't know.
Have I seen a staff like this before, by the way?
Make a history check.
14.
You have heard about these before. It's very few and far between that you are actually able to see any of these out in the wild. Specifically because they are involved they are created when a vampire is slain. And vampires are not exactly a very common occurrence. So yeah, that's pretty much it, is that you know that this staff is made out of the branches of a tree from where that kind of thing occurs.
If I did divine sense on that staff, would I get anything interesting from it?
You would probably get a faint scent of undead.
Interesting.
Its origins, again, are related to undeath. I just realized I had light on, but I didn't need to. Now I look less orange, which is good.
What was that staff supposed to do?
Well, we thought that it was supposed to create the blights that are roaming around, but it doesn't. She did
Yeah,
have
it's
some.
weird.
Oh man.
Because I sense some weird, like, undead vibes coming off that thing.
Yeah, I'm just holding the staff. She had a research table back at her place.
Want to go back?
Can we wait until tomorrow? Because there still might be that giant plant creature.
Oh yeah.
That's true.
And I don't know about you, but in Gwen's own words, it hurt like a motherfucker.
Gwen nods in approval.
All right.
So slumber party on the beach, and then tomorrow we'll do shit.
Sure.
Sounds like some sort of plan. Yeah.
Cori
Blake-
throws
Blake looks a
one
bit-
more. Oh, what?
Blake looks a bit defeated after everything.
Yep. Cori throws one more bundle of sticks onto the witch pile, and it just goes up in flame.
Sweet. Well, that's that. How far is the hut along?
Roll a survival check.
14.
You were able to get it up, and it was one of those things where everybody was kind of busy doing other things at the time, so your hut is only a good 4 feet off the ground because you were able to get up on your toes and kind of help place it up. But it looks decent. It doesn't look terrible. It looks like it'll at least keep out a lot of the cold weather or a potential sea breeze that'll come in late at night.
She claps her hands together. All right. Tent is raised. It'll be a little cozy. I normally build one for myself.
Okay. Good job.
Thanks. I guess what are we going to do for the rest of the night? Gwen kind of looks off into the distance. I don't think I have any alcohol.
I do have some catnap.
Mm.
I don't think that's a good idea. Do you, Caelum?
No, but it's better than going blind, right?
I don't know what happened to you, dude. I've never had that problem before.
Gwen, make a history check.
Okay. I think my history is a -1. History. It is a -1. That's an 8.
All right. One of the things that you remember hearing back in the town of Silt Creek was that cavefisher blood could be used as an alcoholic beverage.
Why would you say that?
Ooh.
But it's also acidic, right?
With an 8, you're not sure.
We'll see how the night goes. I have some of that hero's drink, but it's like I don't have that much of it.
Cori's going to take the 10 minutes it takes to summon Oakenheal.
Okay. Yeah, and Oakenheal just you actually see coming up from the sea beneath, like from crossing the sea, just out of the water, strides this pride majestic fey creature.
Does he have like sea creatures hanging off of him that just kind of like fall off?
It's like kelp, and there's a crab that was riding on his shoulder that sort of falls off to the side. There are starfish that have kind of attached themselves to his arms, and he just shakes out one of his legs as the fish flies off.
Cori's gonna like peel a starfish off of his face and be like, well, it took you long enough. Throw it back into the ocean.
He just
Kelpie.
He looks at you, just...
Y'all mind if I take a ride around the island?
By yourself?
I'm just gonna scout it out. Make sure there isn't anything dangerous out there.
I mean,
I think someone should go with you.
Caelum.
Okay. So how's this work? Do I just like...
She'll mount up on Oakenheel and then just grab Caelum mid-sentence and hike him up.
And Oakenheel kind of leans down enough for Caelum to hop on. And then it just waits for you to spur it into a direction, Cori.
Yep. She's gonna stay on the outskirts, go around on the beach.
Caelum says
Just
side
ride.
saddle.
Okay. So yeah, Gwen and Blake, you just watch Cori and Caelum ride off on Oakenheel.
I'm sure that'll be fine, right?
I'm not so sure.
Yeah. Will you fit in this house?
Probably not.
Sorry.
I'll try to.
It's... If it was just you, you could maybe, like, lie on your side, but there's no way that you can really even... Maybe if you sat kneeled all the way down, but there is no room for stretchies for Blake in there.
Blake's expression darkens.
Oh, no.
And then it lights up again.
Hashtag not sponsored by Elgato. It's fine. I think I'd rather just stay up and keep watch. I don't like this island at all.
Why?
Hags, mostly.
They're bitches of witches.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Is it like something particularly about them?
Well, the last hag that Caelum and I encountered gave him that necromantic spell.
Oh. When?
The holiday stuff.
Oh, wait. That was a... What did you fight?
I am blanking on her name right now.
Her
The
name
ginger-
was Zignabar, the ginger witch.
Auntie Zingabar. Auntie Zuckerberg.
Ah.
Anti-Cliff Bar.
Well, are all hags like that? Like necrotic and stuff?
In my experience, yeah. Well, they're... Well, evil.
Right. Blake, and she's gonna tap the ground next to her. Why don't you sit down, dude?
All right.
Now that we're at eye level. What's it with you and undead creatures and necrocy?
It's fucking evil.
Is it always evil?
Yeah, kinda.
I don't think it's always evil.
Okay, and that's where you and I have differences.
Yeah. Are you okay with staying on this island?
No,
Do you want to try and build a boat right now?
no.
Do you want to get drunk?
I'd love to. I don't have any alcohol.
I got something.
Oh God, is it going to make me go blind?
No, that's back at the inn. She's gonna hand him her water skin. Lady, did you get stuck?
No, she's not stuck. She's just trying to find a place.
I don't know where to go. Yeah, she's gonna hand him a water skin.
he'll drink from it.
Sweet. It's catnap.
All right, Blake. So you're going to need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Can I choose to fail?
Yeah, you can totally choose to fail.
Sweet. What does he like fall over?
He takes a few sips, and as you kind of continue talking with him over the next 10 minutes or so, you see his eyelids just begin to droop very heavily. His head kind of rocks forward, and he just falls forward onto his side.
Oh shit. She'll like push him over so he's on his back.
All right.
And then she'll just, I don't know if she'll probably sit on his stomach and kind of just wait for everyone to come back.
Okay. Sounds good. So, Caelum and Cori, you two are riding on Oakenheel around the outskirts of this island. And as you round one of the corners, you actually get back to that kind of double, that break in the land where you could actually see an inlet going more towards the center of the island. Which, looking at it now, you can see that it is just carrying out a lot of small sticks and pieces of seagrass, as well as other bits of kelp and stuff that have kind of been caught in this natural flow.
All right. Do I get the idea that I could probably circumnavigate this island before the night is done?
Yeah, it's not very large at all.
All right, I'm going to try to do that. I want to get a good lay of the land and figure out the shape of this island and know exactly what's here.
Okay. So make a nature check.
Ooh, it's a 19 on the die. Nature check is 19.
All right. Yeah, no. So you get to the understanding that it is a very flat island that looks like it has a little bit more ground raised in the center. And in that raised ground area was where Vilda's wood tree was, or her wood tree house. Driftwood tree house? That one.
Driftwood treehouse.
Yeah.
Is the driftwood treehouse like in the middle of the island?
Yes. It was a kind of circular island, and then it was in the middle.
Okay. So as Coriander's doing this, her hair will slowly change from yellow to pink, and she'll go back and do her spring form. And Caelum would be well aware of this, since that hair is definitely whipping in his face.
To be fair, it's not whipping too hard because it is made of that pseudo flame. So it's more just like you have that warmth, like that warmth of a candle just kind of licking against your face.
Cori, are you okay?
Mm-hmm. She'll say, just over her shoulder.
All right. It's a range of moods happening all at once, I guess.
Well, I always have a range of moods.
I mean, like, physically. Like, I haven't seen you shift this much before, I guess. I mean, if you say it's okay, it's okay. I don't actually know, like, Eladrin physiology, so if this is, like, a thing, that's cool, too.
Are you keeping track of what the shape of this island is?
Yeah, I could if you want me to.
I think that you have a better mind for it than I do.
All right. So at the next point we stop, I could probably sketch it out.
All right. So Cori will ride until they reach like the next landmark and then stop so that he can get a chance to draw.
All right.
Starts cartographing.
Yes.
Cartograph.
Make a perception check while you do. And you can as well, Cori.
All right.
18.
Okay.
Perception. What is my perception? How about a 13?
All right, so 13 and 18 are both high enough. But the two of you, Caelum, as you're sitting down cartographizing, you end up seeing a small group of these wood creatures. that are just kind of at the outskirts of this wooded area that you are standing in, and they just seem to be kind of peeking around the corner looking towards you. They aren't being aggressive at this point. They just seem to kind of be looking.
Huh.
And then make a nature check to create a good sketch of this island.
23.
Okay. Yeah, Caelum does a very good job. And Cori, you scored high enough that in your initial nature check that you know that Caelum's map is actually pretty accurate to what you were seeing.
Yep. She'll like glance over his shoulder and like point things out.
Huh.
And Cori,
Okay.
you also see that there are these wood creatures that are on the outskirts of the woods near you, probably about 300 feet away from where you guys are. That just seem to kind of be peering around trees, looking at you, but not coming towards.
They don't seem aggressive?
No.
All right. I'll blow another divine sense on them.
Okay.
I think this is my last one for the day, actually. So I do that.
Okay. Yeah, you use your divine sense, and you do not sense anything from these creatures.
Nothing from them at all.
No.
All right.
I'm gonna test a hypothesis that I have. And yeah, Caelum has all his stuff with him, so he stands
What
and
does this
walks
have to do with triangles?
over to the... That's hypotenuse. And don't you dare say a large water mammal found in the southern quarry. That's a hippopotamus. And after that, it's the oath to always help those in need. That's the Hippocratic oath. Sorry. Brain cell. Hippocampus.
Why did I start this? Oh no.
Yeah. Caelum's gonna walk over to the wood creatures and extend a hand down.
Cori will like tail him, like with a hand on his shoulder and the other hand on her sword.
It should be fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, you are approaching deeper into the wood, and you see that these creatures they don't shy away from where you are. As you get closer, they actually step out from behind the trees that they were hiding behind, and you can see that there are roughly about 24 of these creatures that are all just kind of sporadically spread through the back.
Holy moly.
Well, if the vibe I'm getting from this staff is correct, they shouldn't attack us. Or at least me. You should be ready to run.
Cori just kind of quirks an eyebrow at him.
Yeah. And Caelum like takes a knee. Motions for one of the creatures to come over.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, I'm actually okay at this. 14.
Okay. Yeah. You see Cori watches one of these small creatures made out of pieces of driftwood just kind of begins to come forward towards Caelum. His hands are kind of outstretched in front of him, his shoulders hunkering forward. This weird wooden face just kind of looking up in Caelum's direction. You can see that there is just this strange marking that's been placed onto its head. And it just steadily approaches, gets closer, and the others, they all begin to kind of just start coming in as well. And
Are you
Caelum,
sure about this, Caelum?
You know, I'm not sure of a lot of things. I hope Oakenheel's fast.
you can see Oakenheel standing maybe like 60 feet away from you guys are, just shakes his head. Just,
Don't say that too loud, you might offend him.
When one of the creatures gets like close enough, he'll extend his hand forward and just like tickle it under the chin.
It just continues to maintain its face up at you as you do.
Cool. So that works. I have a feeling while we have this staff, they won't attack us. I don't know so much about the big guy, but the little guys should be fine.
All right. Well, keep that in mind.
Yeah. Well, we've got more of the island to survey, I guess. Ow. What the fuck? Sorry.
Cori will let Caelum go back to Oakenhill first, and she'll just kind of like stay between them and Caelum until we get back to Oakenhill.
Yeah, and as you guys are retreating back to Oakenhill, you watch as just this small horde of these tiny wooden creatures just continue to kind of come forward.
Well, they don't seem violent, at least.
Let's just go.
Yeah, and you hop on Oakenhill and you begin making your way further around the island. And then are you guys making more stops to continue map making?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. If Caelum probably needs to stop every now and then to, continue drawing the map.
Yeah.
And whilst he does so, Cori will look for food.
Okay, make a survival check.
Survival is 16.
Okay. So what you are able to find is mostly vegetation. There doesn't seem to be a whole lot in terms of small game or any kind of fish that you can see. It looks like the river that you guys had flowed into the island even, there were not any kind of fish that weren't belly up coming back down from the central flows. The difference between salt and freshwater, just not agreeing with them at all. But with your role, you are able to collect enough just from the vegetation that you have enough for 2 rations.
Right.
And it's mostly kelp that you're kind of that that if you dried out, it could possibly be eaten a little bit better. There are also some ferns that you were able to grab. Just little briar ferns that kind of have a very nice curl about them that is nutritious and can be eaten if necessary.
All right. Cori will bag those up. And during this time, before they get back, she will have changed back into her summer form and then back into her spring form again. And if Caelum brings it up again, she brushes it off and changes the subject.
No, he just clears his throat when that happens. Well, I guess we have most of the island mapped out now.
All right. Well, then let's get back. She'll take off, and they'll probably come back around the other direction that they left from.
Yeah, and as you guys had kind of been leaving that second spot, as you looked behind you, you actually saw that there was just that small grouping of these wood people that were kind of just following the outer way that you guys had actually ridden Oakenhill. And every time that you would leave from one of your spots, you would just see that they continued to follow.
At some point, sorry.
You have some admirers, Caelum.
I mean, it would be the first time. I'm going to try to shoo them away.
Make a persuasion check.
I'm okay at this. 12.
You see, like, as you make the shooing go away motion, you just see them kind of stop, and then they just turn around and begin walking away.
Huh.
Does the staff require attunement?
It does.
Yes.
Is he attuned?
Yes, I took the hour to do it.
Okay. I thought that's what you were talking about, but I wasn't paying that much attention.
Fine. Yeah.
And then as you guys come around the corner to your central camp, you just see that Gwen is sitting on top of Blake's chest, and Blake is just passed out on the ground.
Was he that tired?
She's cleaning her flute. What?
Did we happen to find a source of fresh water?
You guys did, but it was still very polluted at the time. Just kind of being filled with a lot of the debris.
I could do that tomorrow.
Do we have I suppose we could each have a canteen of fresh water.
Yeah. For now.
Okay.
Yeah, he was super tired.
Oh.
Decided to take a nap. And she starts playing her flute.
I would have taken, I don't know, a water skin full of the water.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and
She's playing a melody.
Gwen, you can see that Cori has actually switched into her spring form.
Okay.
Well, it's been a long day for all of us.
Yeah. Are you gonna like blow up into fire again?
I'll try not to.
Okay, because the house is made of wood, and that's probably not a good idea.
Oh, okay. I'll just stay out on the beach.
Okay.
How much water
Yeah.
have you got left?
I have a skin.
I can purify this.
You can do that?
It'll take 10 minutes, but I can do it.
You can do that even after all of the magic you've done today.
As a ritual, it doesn't take much effort. I just need to write the sigils in the sand and pray.
Oh, all right. Should I bring you some water?
If you want it purified.
How long does catnap last? It was like not that long, right?
No.
20 minutes?
It was 20 minutes, and that's in the scenario in the bar, but you guys had actually stopped all of the perpetrators and then went around to wake people up. You have no idea how long people are out under any other normal circumstance.
He's
Cori's
breathing,
gonna
right?
He's breathing.
Okay, cool.
Cori's going to fill every empty vessel she has with seawater and bring them to Caelum.
I care.
Okay. Yeah, so Cori ends up coming back with a bunch of water skins. But there is going to be a moment where Gwen and Caelum are by themselves.
Is there a reason she's doing the...
You know, I don't know, but on our ride, she like transformed 3 or 4 different times.
Can she do that?
I mean, she can, because she did it in front of me.
She doesn't usually change that much, right? I mean, to be honest, I can see from like her kneecaps up, so like when she changes, I'm usually the last to know.
Her hair reaches like past her knees, doesn't it? Cori has like a lot of hair, right? No?
It's about waist length.
About waist length, okay. Heights, man. Yeah, I don't know. But when I asked about it, she just brushed me off. So...
Look, I already avoided one emotional conversation today. Do we have to have more?
Oh, no, I'm fine. Are we... Oh, maybe? I guess, if she's open for it? I don't know with you guys. Like, some of you guys want to talk, some don't want to talk, like me. But like, to each their own, I guess.
We could slip her some catnap and then we won't have to worry about it.
No.
Okay.
What the frick?
What? I mean, it solves the problem. People aren't stressed anymore, and
Caelum,
yeah.
make an insight check.
Sorry. Where is insight? That's 14 plus 6, dirty 20.
You're pretty sure the way she's talking about it, she might have slipped Blake some catnap.
There's this slow look of horror and realization on his face. Gwen,
what?
you didn't.
Didn't what?
Did you slip Blake some catnap?
And she like puts her hand on her chest, like obviously she's definitely lying, but I am shocked at you, Caelum, that
Did
you
you
would
roofie a party member?
so little of me that I would. Yes, I did. Look, he started. I can't reach him on that. Like it's like when it's like fighting and shit, and like I can talk someone off a ledge, but he's just sad, and I don't know what to do about it, and I kind of panicked. I'm sorry.
Yeah. He's going through like the 7 stages of acceptance in his head. You know, you did what you could. Yeah. I don't want to say good job, Gwen, but you handled that as best as you could. By drugging a party member.
Cool.
It's not okay, but like...
Oh. But I'm not getting in trouble for it, is what you're saying.
I would let Cori be the judge of that, but...
Oh, you can't tell Cori.
But what?
What? She's gonna yell at me.
Well, yeah, she's gonna yell at you. You just drugged Blake.
And that's around the time that Cori is coming back with her water skins full of salt water.
You can't tell Cori what?
How much I dislike the orange hair. I'm sorry. It's just not your thing. It's not. It messes with the aesthetic.
Make a deception check. And then Cori, you can make an insight.
13.
12.
Yeah, Gwen's taking this opportunity to level with you some hot truth.
Oh. Well, fortunately for you, if you don't like the color of my hair, then just wait 5 minutes.
I feel like it normally takes you longer to like I said before, honestly, I don't really notice when you change unless it's like the moon thing, because then you're glowing. But like, you don't change that often, right? Normally.
I change as often as I need to.
Solid.
And on the other hand, the color of my hair is really more my business, isn't it?
Oh yeah, no, I'm just, aesthetically not my thing.
Okay. That's your opinion. You're entitled to it.
Yeah, totally.
How are we doing on firewood? Do we need any more firewood?
Oh, for sure. We're gonna need a good supply for the night.
Okay, well, I looked for food, but really all we've got in terms of food is sort of on the island is roughage. So we don't want to stay here for too long. We're going to want to get out of here as soon as possible. The fish are kind of dead. All I was able to find were these ferns and, some kelp. Cori's going to just drop that bag on the sand. She's like, I'm going to turn the witch fire into a signal fire. So I'm going to go throw some inedible kelp on the fire. I'll see you guys in a few hours, whatever.
Right,
Cori.
don't wander too far.
If you need anything, let me know.
How?
But like right now, or whenever I come back.
Okay, well, just don't go too far because, Blake's asleep and I don't want to, if something happens to us.
You know what? If you need anything, send Oakenheel to find me.
All right. This sounds like a great plan.
Imagine
Caelum?
Oakenheel's just like standing in the middle of the water.
Yeah, just like mid legs high in the water. Just hanging out.
Gonna nod my head over to Moonin, and he will like hop up onto Cori's shoulder.
Right.
Excellent.
This is fine. Bye, Cori.
All right, see you later. She leaves.
Oh, she's probably gonna die.
Let's not think about that.
Okay. What do you want to do in the meantime, Ace?
My name's Caelum.
Yep. What do you want to do in the meantime, Caelum?
I was thinking about getting some rest. Do you want to take first watch?
Sure. Blake and I got it, and I smack his. Well, no, he's facing up. I'll slap his belly.
All right. See you in 8 hours, I guess.
Dude, you only need 4 hours to sleep.
Trance. There's a difference.
Right. One of them's bad, right?
Objectively. Caelum's like pulling covers over himself.
All right. Enjoy the tent. Gwen will start playing a lullaby.
Okay. Yeah, Caelum goes to sleep.
All right, so Caelum, you go down for a rest. And Cori, you are out searching for wood, so make a survival check.
All right. 11.
Okay. Yeah, so you end up gathering up several armfuls of wood and kind of placing them in easy to grab spots, just so that way when you make your return trip back from the woods, that it's not going to be as difficult to try and gather up the resources with you. And as you continue to kind of just dig around looking for more wood, make a perception check.
Okay. Natural 1.
Okay. So, you are pretty deep into the woods now. And as you are looking around, Moonin is actually flying next to you. And Moonin's a pretty chatty cat, as a Tezzeret. And at this point, as you are kind of picking up these bundle of sticks, Moonin just starts making a lot of noise towards you. But it just kind of sounds more like the same kind of chatting that this Tezzeret has been doing for a while. And that is when you actually see this large looming figure in front of you. It looks like a humanoid figure, but is in the shape of a tree. That just kind of begins shambling towards you.
Aggressively?
It does look aggressively, and you actually see it raise up its giant wooded hand and come down to try and bat you.
Okay.
It is going to get a surprise round against you, as you were brushing off Moonin's warnings during that time. And it got a 17 to hit.
No.
All right. So yeah, this giant wooden arm just tries to come down and smack you, but it does not do it.
She gets her shield up just in time. How fast does this thing seem?
It looks like you could outrun it.
Do I get the idea that I could take it on my own if I tried?
Make a insight check as you size up this individual.
Mm. 9.
You're pretty sure that if you were at your full HP, if you had all of your abilities and all of your spells, you could probably take this thing one-on-one. It might leave you standing a little shaking with your sword in the ground, but still standing. As it stands right now, this looks like it is very much too big for you to handle.
Cool. Since Oakenheel is on the island, am I able to call him to me?
He will have to rush there very quickly, so it'll still be a few turns, but you would be able to Shadowfax him in, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna try and Shadowfax Oakenheel to me, and then lead the creature away from my friends, lose the creature, and then come back to the camp.
All right. So,
I-
Gwen, you watch as Oakenheel, who was just kind of resting on the shoreline near you as you played, his head turns quickly off in the direction that Cori went, and very quickly just begins sprinting off in a direction.
Well, fuck. Shit. She's gonna hop off of Blake, and she's gonna go up to his dragon face, and she's gonna go, "Hey, buddy. Time to wake up, buddy."
So, Blake, make a perception check with disadvantage. 2. Oh, he's still outie.
All right, sweet. Gwen's gonna smack him across the face.
Make another perception check just flat.
10.
You wake up to a very intense pain on the side of your face. When your eyes open, it is very dark out.
Hey, buddy. Like, your face is being held right now. And Gwen's voice is coming. The pungent smell of Gwen is right in front of you.
And so this is one of the better ways that I've woken up.
Well, you sure know how to sweet talk a lady. However, so Cori decided to go off on her own into the woods, which I totally thought was a bad idea, but Caelum was like, no, it's fine. She'll be fine. So she left the horse thing with us, and then the horse thing just got really agitated and ran off.
God damn it. Blake's gonna try to stand up.
Yeah, as you do, you feel that there is just like a differing sense of equilibrium inside of you, where as you put your hand down and kind of lean up, it just doesn't feel right. Your tongue is just very thick. It's kind of difficult to swallow right now. It's very dry, for sure. But you are able to eventually kind of stand and find your grounds again. But whatever power nap you just had really took it out of you.
Yeah, all right, buddy?
Not really. Ow. Reckon Cori.
Should I wake up Caelum?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We can't leave him here alone. He's the squishiest of us.
If you want to stay here with him, that would be all right.
Yeah, I feel like splitting the party was a bad idea in the first place, so, like...
Fine.
Plus, you're, like, still hungover and stuff, so... All right, cool. Gwen's gonna go over to Caelum, and she's gonna, like, kind of stand over him for a second and, like, ponder. And then she's going to maneuver herself under his arms, so he is spooning with her, and she's gonna start, like, rubbing his face and say, "Wake up, sweetheart."
Opens his eyes.
Gwen is right there.
scrambles backwards out of the tent.
Well, that's not a great reaction. All right. Cori's horse thing ran off.
Okay, that's bad. I'm gonna need one of you guys to guide me.
Okay.
And his eyes go like milky white as he starts concentrating.
It's
Oh,
120
gross.
feet.
120 feet.
Yeah.
So if it doesn't go, then he'll start running with them.
Look, this is the way it went. Come on. Wait, it's dark out. Everyone stay within like really close distance of each other, okay? Just follow me.
And like a
Yeah.
bad Skype video call, I'm gonna try to connect to Moonin every couple of minutes.
Shade. DM.
Yes.
Over whatever we can call that rest. Any hit points got back?
No. It is one of the tragedies of catnap.
Well, that sucks. I'm gonna light my claws just to have a light.
Okay.
How long have I been out? 20 minutes.
What?
Yeah,
I've been
so Blake
arrested.
lights his claws on fire.
Oh, perfect. So we're gonna. I'm going to follow in the direction that I saw the horse run off in, and see. I don't know. I can't track, so I
I
assume
can.
it was going in a straight line.
Yeah, you see.
So can you heal with a fate, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, you watch as its hooves get to where the edge of the forest is, and then it just goes off. So, Gwen, you're not going to have a very easy time of following.
I will.
Yes.
this is what you train for.
This is. So I'm gonna take advantage because of my Hunter's Bane. Catnap. 10.
Okay.
Not bad.
So going through this forest, there's too much foliage on the ground for you to actually maintain a steady path for where Oakenheel went. And after about 5 minutes, you guys realize that you're just running through the woods.
All right. Okay. Hold on. Everyone, be quiet for a second, and I'm gonna try and listen and see if I can hear. Probably the only thing moving in this forest.
Make a perception check.
I got a natural 20.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah,
I
so
can
you
feel it in the earth.
kinda. It is like a weird sense of tremor sense. So you actually feel the ground kind of shifting below you, and just with these heavy feeling the ground kind of vibrate in a steady rhythmic pattern. About you would feel about a half mile away from where you are.
All right, it's a half mile away that way.
Yeah, and you
So I'm just
point towards the
circling.
left, the lefternmost shore, at least the direction where you know that will eventually lead you.
Okay.
Cori, you've called Oakenheel to yourself. You are running full out. Are you disengaging initially against this creature?
I think she would face step away from it immediately. So her face step has been expended by this point.
Yeah, and face step is on long rest or short rest? Sorry.
It's a short rest.
Okay, awesome. So yeah, yeah, you were able to just quickly pop away and then just start running. I'm gonna need you to make a concentration save as well as a survival check,
Concentration.
or not
save.
concentration, Constitution, the one that starts with CON that
Okay.
you use for both. But
Here's the thing. I just realized that I have a level of exhaustion, so all of my ability checks should be done at disadvantage. A save doesn't count as an ability check, does
No.
it?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So Constitution save is 17.
okay, so yeah, you.
And then a survival check?
Yes, this is gonna be a survival check.
Okay,
and this will
disadvantage.
be a disadvantage.
Survival 12.
Okay. Yeah, 12 is enough that as you are running, you actually start getting some headway away from this creature as it continues to just kind of push past trees, following up towards you. And as it reaches you, Oakenheal just immediately from almost nowhere from behind a tree just emerges next to you and kind of leans down as it gallops near you to let you onto its side.
Yep, she just jumps onto him, like wander onto aggro, just like wah.
All right. Yeah, so you Shadow of the Colossus horse your way out of this fucking woods. And as you do, you kind of break out onto the beach and then just continue riding. This creature still looking behind you can see the trees kind of moving out of their way. What was a jagged skyline is now kind of breaking apart, showing the path of this creature. And you just continue making your way onto the beach and then just run. Where well away from the direction that your friends are currently camping out at.
There wouldn't happen to be like an enormous cliff on this island that I passed by earlier, would there?
No, it is very, very level.
Okay, just checking. Yeah, I'm gonna use Oakenheal to like, first of all, put some distance between me and myself and the thing. And then I'm gonna kind of like circle around it and try to get around it. If I can, I'm gonna try and like get off its radar so it can't see me.
Okay. So make a survival check for this. Survival or nature, depending on whichever was higher.
Okay. It's another 12.
Okay, so with your 12, yeah, you manage to... It's moving slow enough, and you can see as it is just making its pathway towards you very easily where this creature is. So you manage to circle around and get behind it until eventually you see this tall, lumbering form emerge on the coast, just kind of breaking out of the woods, and you see this, like, almost a crown of spears of these trees that have kind of, like, twisted up onto its head and then are just pointing out into these really crooked, angular ways. Just shift back and forth, and it seems to try to be looking for you, but it does not have a good idea of where you are.
How big is it?
It is, I believe it is a large size creature. It might be bigger. So this is... This creature is huge.
Ooh, that's big. That's like 15 feet tall.
He's a big boy.
He's a big boy. Is Moonin still with me?
Moonin has been flying with you this entire time.
Okay. So while Cori and Oakenheal are hiding, she's going to look at Moonin and say, find Caelum. Tell him what you've seen.
And Moonin just nods and then flies off.
And Cori's going to try and keep hidden from this thing and also, like, keep it within view.
Okay. Yeah, so as you were doing this, shift back to the other group. As you guys have been following these giant lumbering steps, you actually follow them towards the edge of the tree line and the beach again, farther down the island from where you were. And as you approach, you see that there is this huge creature made entirely of these pieces of driftwood that have kind of been stuck together. And almost like the trees themselves kind of twisted and warped themselves together into this one large humanoid shape. And as you guys approach, it just looks over at you. And it, where it was tense in the shoulders and you see its arms had kind of been raised, it just relaxes down.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Don't make any sudden movements.
Wait, you know what this is?
Possibly.
Should we kill it?
I mean, it's not hostile. Caelum's like holding the staff in his hand. And I don't think we can at our current level.
And as you say that, your Skype call finally connects. And your vision is just immediately jolted to being in the sky, flying through a set of trees, heading out towards a break in the path where you can see the small outline of your own self. As Moon swoops towards you.
That's such a weird feeling. He disconnects. Thank you. You can leave now, he says up to the big guy.
Make a persuasion check.
15.
Okay. Yeah, and this creature just looks at you, turns around, and just begins heading back into the woods.
Cool.
What the fuck are you, dude?
It's not me this time, I swear. It's the staff.
Where's Cori?
And Moonin will land on your shoulder and let you know Cori's location from the message that she had asked Moonin to deliver.
She's safe. Somewhere over there.
Do I see them?
At this point, you kind of wait as this large creature lumbers past you, but it seems to have lost all of the aggression that it had in it. And looking at the breaks in the trees, just kind of peeking out, you can see the three of them on the beach farther off.
All right, I'll ride up to them.
What's up, dude?
What is up indeed? What was that?
A bigger version of the little guys.
The big fucking stick creature, dude.
Yes, well, that one wasn't quite as friendly as the little ones.
Well, you weren't with me and didn't have the staff, so.
I see. All right. Well, we need to rest in case something like that happens again.
We need to not split up in case something like that happens again.
Cori's gonna give Blake a look, and then just kind of like shake her head, and say, "We should rest
together." And Gwen gives a small smile to herself.
Yes, Cori says, seeming more willing to agree with Gwen than Blake.
All right, so like elves sleep, like do your trancey thing so that we can sleep, okay?
But
I think we should go in pairs. Is sleep the bad one? I forget, dude, as we're walking back.
Yeah. And as you guys are on your way back, determining what order of watches things will be held in, that is where we are going to go into our first break of the evening. So I wanted to say, first and foremost, thank you to all you wonderful players for making it through this awesome beach episode. That's totally a fun place for fun people. That's what's happening, right? But we are going to try and be back in 5 to 10 minutes, so don't go to a place unless it is to grab a food, grab a drink, grab a friend, or unless you want to go to bit.ly/indoor merch, where you can pick up either a mug, a t-shirt, a sweatshirt, a tank top. We got loads of stuff. We even got prints for some of the break screens that you've seen on this show, which look pretty cool. Cyberwolf's got one in the background of his setup. They're awesome. Cannot recommend enough. But
we have crop tops.
We do have crop tops, which were made specifically for Kyle with an N, because why not? She wanted them. We got them. Now everyone can have a crop top. And maybe this summer, when it gets hot enough, you can see your favorite adventurer in a crop top. Who's to say? Twitch said no on feet, but yes on belly buttons? I'll have to read the rules. Anyways, we will see you guys soon. All right, everybody. Hello, everybody.
Shake, 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 Senora, shake your body line.
What is happening?
Shake, 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 Senora, shake it all the time. Work, Senora, work your body line. Work, Senora, work it all the time.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It's been a while. I'm just going to sit and clean my glasses while I try and center. But, so, last we left off, you guys were on your way, having confronted a tree blight. At least Cori did by herself. And then you guys ended up meeting up with it, making it feel a lot calmer. And then you guys made your way back to your small encampment, which has your, again, very tiny 4-foot tall hut, as well as there is, on your way back, Cori managed to kind of point out spots where she had laid out wood that she would then come and collect for the hag fire that you guys were using as your signal fire, and laid it all out, and managed to get all of the wood that you actually had set aside before returning to your camp. So what is your guys's watch order? How is this going out?
Elves sleep first. Yeah? If Blake's up for it.
Blake is fine staying up.
Cori will just trance from the back of Oakenheel.
Okay.
Yeah, I have something to do tonight. So, sorry, I need to take the 8.
Go ahead.
Thanks, Blake.
Okay.
All right, so it is now just Gwen and Blake on watch again. Alrighty. So, you begin going, Cori, you end up going into your trance without any real issue, finding a comfy place to sit on, or it's more to lay down on Oakenheel's back, as you know, your fey creature, upon kind of laying down, just has a very comfortable creature once they accept you onto them. So your trance ends up going by without any real issue. And then Gwen and Blake make perception checks.
16.
+3 is 12.
All right. So while you guys are on your watch, kind of towards the distance of the fire reaching into the woods, you actually see that there are several dozen small humanoid figures that are all just sort of standing in the woods looking towards your camp.
I don't like this.
I don't like that either. They're made of wood, right?
Yeah,
So we can just like burn them?
probably.
Cool. Should we just keep an eye on them, or should we try and scare them off?
Keep an eye on it. They're not approaching, are they?
No. They just seem to be hanging out around 60 feet away from where you guys are camped.
I just have my crossbow at the ready.
You feeling better after your nap, buddy?
Not at all.
Sorry.
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay. Perfect. She'll start sharpening sticks.
Okay. Sounds good.
Each episode's fun.
Who doesn't love a good trip to the beach? And after about make another set of perception checks after the first 2 hours of your guys' shift goes by.
16.
Same. No, sorry, 13.
You guys actually see the trees kind of parting in ways up at the top, making its way towards you. The ground starts to kind of shake underneath you as you feel the heavy weight of a larger creature coming towards your camp. And then again, on the outskirts of where the flames are kind of shedding light into the woods, you can just see the outline of this huge humanoid-looking form.
Is it still approaching?
Nope. Once it gets to about 60 feet away, it stops.
All right, I'm gonna try something. Gwen's gonna stand up.
Gwen.
I got it. Hold on.
Gwen.
She's gonna walk up to the little people. They're like her size, right?
Yeah.
She's gonna kind of look at them. Are they looking at? They're wearing like they have like masks basically. They don't have like eyeballs.
They don't have eyes, but if anything, it looks more like a Picasso-style face where the knots on the front that your uncanny valley really wants to tell you are eyes aren't in the same place as a human's would be. They are kind of off-centered. Some are on the side and on a lower bit. Others, until you eventually find one that is closer to having more of that humanoid-looking face.
Cool. She's gonna go up to that one. Can you understand me?
And it just looks at you. It doesn't motion or make any kind of movement at you. Doesn't seem to respond.
Gwen's gonna put her hand out and like just not like shove it, but like push it back a little bit and see what it does.
As you push it back, you see it kind of takes a few steps back and then takes a few steps forward until it reaches a certain spot where it was standing before and then just stops.
She's gonna get behind it and like walk it forward a little bit.
As you go to get behind it, you see that the other creatures all just begin kind of coming towards you.
Oh, yep, no, backing up. Okay.
And then after you reach past that part of the tree line, they just stop moving.
She's gonna walk back to Blake. I think there's like a barrier, dude.
I don't know anything about the staff now, do I? I was asleep.
Yep. Or no, because Caelum found out about it before your guys' break, but then he was dragged onto Oakenhill and taken on a trip around. So yeah, you would have been passed out when he was explaining all of that. Other than what you had seen on the beachfront, where he managed to tell a giant tree thing to fuck off, and it actually listened.
I guess I don't want to get close to Caelum.
Sweet. So, not a problem right now?
I wouldn't go that far, but let's just not antagonize them.
Right, okay. Cards?
Sure.
All right.
All right. And so you guys end up playing several rounds of cards. And that is when, Cori, you find yourself waking up from your trance.
Cori awakens. Are there woodland creatures?
You see 60 feet off at the edge of the firelight that there is just the outline of about 24 of these small creatures, as well as 2 of these large wooded figures. These huge size.
Cori falls off her horse thing.
Are you okay?
There's a thud in the sand. She'll peek over Oakenhill and just be like, "We're all right with this."
No.
You see it kind of like give a horse-shouldered shrug.
Gwen also shrugs. I don't think they can come within an area effect here.
Cori's back in her summer form at this point. She's going to approach one of the tree blights cautiously.
I already poked them.
And you're in your summer form?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so did you switch from spring to summer for this? Because before your meditation was spring.
Right.
Okay. All right, so is this when your physical changes are starting to take effect?
As in...
becoming a little bit lighter in color?
Yeah.
Okay. So Blake and Gwen make perception checks.
Natural 20.
Gwen is the most perceptive member of this team. So Cori, as you are making your way into the woods and approaching one of these tree blights, Gwen, you actually start seeing that Cori's bright yellow hair is starting to have what look to be like the edges of it are getting whiter. It looks like it's just kind of lightening up, and then at the very edges of where her hair is, you can see that it's beginning to turn a very light blue.
Like her hair is turning blue. Have I seen her blue before? I've seen her turn white, right?
Yeah. And this is not a silvered color. This is very much white.
Okay. Hey, Blake. Has her hair been blue before?
I don't think so.
Is this like a... I don't know, like a elf, like, mood swing, like, lady time stuff?
Can I? Would this be an Arcana check related to Fae?
This would be a history check. As well, or an Arcana check. Either one would work. And I would say yes on Fae, because Fae descendants.
16.
All right. So you know that the Eladrin go through all sorts of the seasonal changes. They go spring, summer, fall, and winter. And from what Cori has explained, and kind of what you can guess, is that the hair colors that she has when she goes between seasons are partially representational of how of what her overall feelings are during that time, during that season.
I definitely, mood is the right word. I don't know about mood swing.
Well, I mean, she's been like flipping between seasons like it's a... I was gonna say a Rolodex, but that's not a thing in this world.
That you know of.
She's been flipping between seasons like an anachronism.
One doesn't know what that is.
And Cori, what are you doing? What are you doing during this time? You wanted to go up and inspect one of these small blights.
Oh, she's inspecting the big blight.
Okay.
She's not worried about the small blights. Big blight took a swing at her.
Yeah. So looking at these creatures and just kind of giving them the eye, you know that one of the creatures, one of these large tree blights that showed up, is one of the ones that you would actually come into contact with earlier. It has, as you were running away, you had managed to take a quick swing at this creature, and you can just see a small gash in its otherwise large trunk-like leg. And it is just steadily, what looks to be almost knotting itself back together. But it just kind of stands there, this large, imposing humanoid form.
Yep, she'll walk right up to him. Just kind of look at that gash and look at it.
So as you walk up to it, you actually have to get about another 10 feet past where the ringed outline of all of the other smaller creatures are. So as you go past that line, you actually see them beginning to kind of swarm around you, and this large creature now, this huge-sized creature, just kind of begins leaning down towards you.
Cori, get back.
Don't do that. Bad idea.
Am I getting an aggressive vibe from them?
You were getting an aggressive vibe from about 15 wooden creatures.
Okay. She'll back off.
Yeah, and as soon as you take a couple steps back, you see them all just kind of relax again.
All right. So you guys stay over here and we'll stay over there? Sound good?
They've been doing that for like an hour.
All right, well, it seems to be working so far. I'll take the next watch.
Cool, Blake, you want to stay up for a little bit? I think that might be a good idea. And she runs away into the tent. And again cuddles up in Caelum's arms. So she is being spooned.
How are you feeling?
Me?
Yeah.
She shrugs. I feel like I'm being watched.
I think that's what happens whenever you stream your games.
Oh, take a drink for the Blake fourth wall break.
About all of this.
What, being stuck on the island? Or murdering a hag that didn't need to be killed? Or
that's what we're thinking.
Or our boat being petrified, so we won't be able to get Cybra back? Or missing my date with Oliviette?
Yeah, because we didn't kill the hag.
Should I go on?
Okay.
I've got a lot of things to feel about right now, Blake, and I'd rather not.
Yeah, okay. I'm sorry.
She's gonna like pinch her eyebrow, like that little piece in between.
The bridge.
The bridge of her nose. She pinches that. We didn't necessarily work as a team today. And I take some responsibility for that. We need to be able to find a way to be more on the same page.
Yeah. Look, I guess we all know that I'm a bit prejudiced against certain creatures. I'm sorry.
I didn't know that extended to the Fae.
Not all of them. The last time that Caelum and I dealt with a hag, he got the spell. That necromantic spell.
All right.
I didn't act quickly that time.
I can understand that, but Fae aren't like fiends or undead. They aren't inherently evil. Do you understand that? They can be good. They're people. And I think that someone with a fiend living inside his heart is being a little hypocritical by making snap judgments based on that sort of thing.
Yeah, like I fucking asked for this.
Okay. You want to go to sleep?
I don't think I can.
All right. Well, I'm going to go and have my watch over here.
All right.
And Cori will go get on Oakenheel and like get out of like earshot of Blake, but like, you know, still able to watch the blights and just kind of face them.
Okay. So, Blake, did you have anything else that you wanted to do on your watch?
I am frozen. I was frozen, sorry. No.
Okay. Sounds good. So, Caelum, you have been sleeping. You've been having a pretty great night, all things considered. You ended up, upon going through your rest, you ended up falling through your dream space and once again arriving in the chambers of Brother Groon, a large stone giant who has been teaching you a language. Out of this large velveted blue tome that has a very ornate ribbon that kind of runs through it. And as you arrive, you see this figure, hands resting underneath their chin in a very contemplative way, knees elbows down on the knees. And as you show up, Groon looks up from his book with this large shaved head of just stone-colored skin, and eyes that look like just beads of blue light that look back down at you. And as you return, he says, "It's been a while."
Sorry, it's been a hectic couple of weeks, days. Time's weird.
And he just sort of steadily nods. "I agree. Are you ready for your lesson?"
Yeah, but first, Brother Groon, I had a question. Do you know anything about the Keeper of the Corn Vision?
I might. And if you do well in your lesson, I will look for information on them. I know quite many things. It's hard to sort out after all these years.
Okay. Let's get to it then.
So make a intelligence roll. He is going to make his charisma roll.
Ah!
I mean, 21.
Okay. Today feels like the most successful day that you've had. You actually feel like you're getting a breakthrough with this. You're finally able to get a handle on the texts that you've been reading. And for a while it was just working through this creation myth, but then it ended up going into other stories, other histories, and just dealing with very, very old ancient kingdoms that you aren't necessarily sure there are even ruins of to this day. But upon completing it, Brother Groon just kind of he puts his large hand down and just gently, just one finger onto your shoulder, and says,
"That is enough for today. Now, you asked me about the keepers of the core and vision.
Yeah.
You mean the Goliaths that reside north where you are?
Yeah, correct. Do you know where I am?
Always.
Concerning, but reassuring, I guess.
What we are here is in the stars. We look down upon all and everyone.
Can I look down at the floor?
Make a perception check.
That's 25.
Okay. So looking down, you kind of skew your vision a little bit. And as you do, the ground itself, which was this solid black, as you kind of put yourself in the right light, you can actually see that there is a little bit of light penetrating through it. And as you look, and as you continue to kind of look around, you actually realize that the floor where you had where initially you had thought was just a large slab of possibly obsidian, is actually more of like a jet kind of crystal. And looking through it, you can actually see tiny bits of stars just kind of all around underneath you. These large swaths of purples and blues and yellows that you always believed kind of made up the galaxies as a whole.
Eyes wide.
And off in the far distance, you see what looks to be a spherical planet.
It's round.
You know, it's what?
It's round. Where you reside.
It's round. I'm sorry.
What questions did you have?
The Keeper of the Core and Vision. Do you know anything about them?
I know some. I know they are Goliaths. I know that they believe themselves to be the blood of the Titan.
Just gonna note that. Blood of the... What does that mean?
Well, in your lands back when you were young, back when the races were young, there were towering creatures known as the Titans that wandered the lands. And Goliaths believe themselves to be the true heirs.
Is this like Dragonborn coming from dragons? Are there just bigger things that we just come from? Is it like a scaling thing?
Sometimes. Other times it's more of a scaling up.
So, where does that leave me in all this?
Right where you need to be.
Yeah.
Do you know what we've been studying? What I've
Fairy
been teaching
tales?
you? Earnestly, young one.
Well, history, right? Legends, lore, creation.
Not just history. Language. The very language itself is the important part. Language, while simple, and is perhaps the basic of our understanding. This is not a language that you can pick up in any school or university. This is a language of the lost.
So, wait.
A language we do not speak. Before the boundaries of magic were defined. These words shaped our realms. We learned the power of words, and how to invoke them to our will. Other words grew powerful in their own right, and soon they began to have their own preferences. People began to invoke these words in their daily lives, and so the gods of old were birthed. Through the power of their conviction, of belief. Here in the study we may speak it freely, but only in the most dire circumstances should you try and speak this language in the waking world. The very nature of magic, both divine and arcane as you know them presently, are different when the language of the lost is still spoken. The nature, which you must proceed to remember as it stands and as you are, these words are meant to be read, not spoken, and only with complete understanding may you speak them as you do now in our lessons.
Caelum just sits down on the floor. This is a lot.
I agree. However, this is the time.
And he kind of like pats the top of his large tome twice. And he looks at you and says,
So it was written, and so it shall be. I have a gift for you.
and he hands you, he kind of reaches into his robe and he pulls out a smaller book. Very similar to the same size and shape as the spell book that you had received in from your commune with Saloon. And he kind of hands it down to you, and you can see that it is just this nice, deep, a very nice azure color. It just has that kind of lapis lazuli bluish texture to it with these very fine markings around the side, and you can see there is a red ribbon that kind of extends down towards the bottom, and at the bottom of this ribbon is a metal effigy of a raven just perched sitting on top of a book. And he hands it to you and says,
"Your first lesson. I wish for you to read this."
Caelum opens the book up
and
starts reading.
When you open it, as you kind of crack it open in the middle, you begin looking for anything, and there's nothing written in this book. And as you kind of flip more towards the back and then flip to the front again, you can see outlined on the top there is a foreword within the first 2 pages, and Groon says,
"Read for me the foreword, and then this shall be yours."
Shiz, he
Oh,
has
boy.
sent you the foreword.
Jesus Christ Almighty. Open original. Zoom in, enhance. For years, I thought I was without a home, that even the walls that kept the elements from my back were but a cage. Even when I knew my location, I felt lost, forever losing sense of my place within the world. For years, I thought I was broken, like a statue of porcelain, thrown from the highest window of the highest tower on the tallest peak. Regardless, what I was, I could never be the way I was before. The dwarves of the northern region had a practice in their crafts that is typically displayed in their pottery, where if the initial pot breaks, it is instead fixed with gold, silver, or even platinum. The break lines form a visible history as the pot repairs, and is put on display rather than hidden. Through my trials, the language of the lost became my gold, my silver, my platinum. I was no longer broken, but rebuilt with my pain and my scars illuminating the darkest corners of my own mind. Never again will I trick myself into thinking I am broken beyond repair. Never again will I see my injuries as a remission of purpose. Today I rise. Today I understand. Today I learn. See Nightfeather.
And at that, you feel a hand gently placed upon your shoulder. And as you look up, you can see that it is just the giant finger of Brother Groon. And he looks at you and says,
You were my best student the first time, and you will be my best student this time. Now go.
And at that, he places the palm of his hand onto your shoulder, and he just begins to kind of push you down. And as you do, you feel your presence and form just sinking into the ground below you.
Wait, what do you mean?
And at that, he just you hear kind of whispering around you as you feel your body sink underneath the ground. And he says,
If ever you are in need of help, look to the stars. There you will find me.
And as you feel the weight beneath you kind of giving out, as you tumble through this dream space once again, you feel yourself falling through the night sky. And looking up, you can see a constellation that is placed in the sky. One of a large figure sitting with their elbows on their knees, fingers underneath their chin, with two glowing bright eyes looking down. And you would know this to be the constellation of the Contemplator. And as you feel yourself falling, you eventually come to just first thing in the morning, with Gwen wrapped around your arms.
Almost like zombie-ish, he kind of scoots away from her, puts his cloak over her, and then shuffles out the tent.
Okay. And it is very early in the morning still. The sun is kind of just coming over the horizon, making a very nice display of blues and pinks and yellows that are just accompanying this sunrise. You can feel that there is this fierce, this kind of bitter cold wind that has been blowing, and the smell of this driftwood bonfire that has been going all night is still permeating the surrounding area. And you can see that Blake is sitting maybe 15 feet away from where the tent is. And it takes you a little bit, but you see Cori is sitting on the other side of the fire, staring off into the woods.
Caelum looks more tired than he did going to sleep.
Cori will be in her spring form now.
She's in her spring form?
Yeah.
Is that what you said? Okay. Yeah, so Caelum, as you look over at Cori, you can see where it starts with this very nice shade of pink that she has had in her spring form before, but about a good quarter of her hair is just this very bright blue color.
He'll walk over.
Morning.
Morning.
Maybe we should start some breakfast,
Yeah.
Cori will get up and start stoking the cook fire.
Your hair's turning blue.
And she'll just kind of look at it. What do you know? What do you think? Eggs and bacon today?
Cori, Do you want to talk about yesterday?
What's there to talk about?
Ever since we off that hag, you've been a little. Ever since the hag encounter, you haven't been you. You've been you, but not like regular you. God, speaking about emotions is hard.
I don't know why everybody wants to talk right now, but we're kind of stuck on a desert island.
Well, we want to talk because we're concerned. One, there's no follow-up there. We're just concerned.
Talk is cheap. Actions are better. She'll, like, slam the pan down over the cook fire.
Oof. Cool.
I mean, listen, she kind of looks at her hair. Things probably aren't so great right now for me emotionally, but a good Caelum knows when to put the well-being of her friends above her own. She shrugs. Preferences?
And what are those preferences, Cori?
I mean, I would have preferred to leave Agatha alive, but, you know, we're past that now.
Agatha's the one back there.
Oh, wait, hold on. Wait,
Vilda.
which one's the...
Vilda.
Vilda? We've been calling her Agatha all episode.
No, we haven't.
Nope.
I have. What was that? What was the name?
Vilda.
Vilda. All right, I would have preferred to leave Vilda alive. But we're sort of past that now. I mean, by disagreeing with you all, I put you in danger. So, was it right to kill her? I don't know. But it also wasn't right to put my friends in danger. So, I'm just kind of dealing with what's in front of me right now. And what's in front of me is breakfast. And then she just throws some bacon in the pan.
You don't have any bacon or eggs, because you guys are on a deserted island.
She throws some kelp in the pan.
If I'm going to level with you, she was going to hurt us. And I feel regardless if we talked out of it or not, we were at that point of no return. And I was trained to help people, to protect my friends and allies. And given the same situation, I would do the same thing again.
That's fair. I was trained to try and resolve matters with as little violence as possible, particularly involving Fae. That's going to be my job, is to police the Fae, essentially. So I was acting on my instincts, and it turned out not to be the best decision for the group.
Cori, can you make a history check for me, please?
Oh, okay. 5.
Okay. No worries.
Yeah. Caelum's just going to stoke the fire. And you also have to realize that when negotiations break down, you're going to have to get your hands dirty.
Cori pokes the kelp around in the pan. Yes, I suppose.
I don't like fighting. Not as much as Gwen or Blake. Does he like fight? He likes hunting, right? No. I can't keep up with anybody anymore. It's been a really weird couple of weeks.
I need to believe that people can be good. And if I am to believe that, then I need to value their lives the same way I would value any one of your lives, or believe that any one of you could be good.
Everyone has the potential to be good. But you also have to realize everyone has the potential of great evil as well. So you're going to have to take each situation with a grain of salt. Because if things end up the way they did last night, it's going to be bad for everyone.
Cori will put a kettle over the fire to start up some tea. I understand that. We'll have to work together to make sure that we're all on the same page in the future. Because the middle of a fight is not the time for us to be making these sorts of decisions.
Agreed. So how was your night?
A little awkward, honestly. And she's gonna point at, like, are the forest people still there?
Yeah, they're just hanging out about 60
Yeah, she's
feet
just gonna
away from where
point
you
at
guys
the
are.
wall of blights.
Hold on. Caelum stands. It doesn't initially say I can do that, but Caelum just grabs a staff out of the ground and just starts shooing them away.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, I thought that was a lot lower. 17.
Okay. Yeah, so with your 17, and you just start shooing them away, they all just sort of turn back around and just walk away from where you guys are. Just receding back into the woods, and you can see that these large driftwood spikes in the ground are all just kind of getting shunted off to the side as the huge-sized tree blights make their way through them.
Tree blights? Okay. So I'm gonna wait till everyone else is awake.
Yeah, and Gwen, you're gonna be waking up in the next 3 hours.
Where's the sleepy girl?
She took a watch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it is going to be Caelum, Blake, and Cori on the beach for about 3 hours.
I'll wait till Gwen gets up so I don't have to repeat it.
3 hours later.
3
Gwen
hours
sits up.
later.
Gwen sits up from the tent, her hair just like a mess.
There's sand in it.
Mm-hmm.
You're cold. There's just like that weird, like, being at the beach film on your skin now that you've been out there for too long.
What the fuck is that smell?
Kelp?
She'll like wobble up. She's just in like her white underdress.
Caelum's cloak wrapped around her.
Yeah. No, she'll leave that behind. She's just gonna walk over, like, kind of like make squinty eyes at everyone. And then she'll like look down, and then she's gonna throw off her white shirt, and then she's gonna like wade into the water and just start splashing herself, like cleaning herself.
You Make a wisdom check. Or make a wisdom save, I guess.
Wisdom save?
Yeah.
Well, that's a 19 plus whatever.
You're
one has for
fine.
wisdom.
But it is the dead of winter. Or not the dead of winter, but it is very, very, very cold out. There is a significant amount of wind chill, and you just walked into the ocean, which in this location is not warm waters by any means. So it was more, that save was to see if you could get past the belly.
No, she won't go that far.
Yeah.
She'll go like right below the crotch because that's the worst part. And she'll just start like splashing herself and like bending over. You guys see halfling bottom, and she's just like, she turns around afterwards. She's like, risk.
Okay. So, studying the staff. Well, for one, it has a property to steal the life force of anything it hits.
Okay.
One. Second part of it, there might be some repercussions that I am unwilling to suffer, so we might give it up to Arjan.
I'm Arjan. You're talking
I
about
know. Arask. Yeah, sorry. Also, if you break the staff, any blights within a 300-foot radius wither and die. So, we have an option.
that staff should probably still go to Arask.
So should we break it and give it to Arask,
I don't
or...
think so.
Okay, we're gonna have to deal with a lot of blights.
You
I
don't
had
think
a
they
thought.
attack us, do you?
Well, I don't think they'll attack me. Like, I'm 95% sure they won't attack me, unless I aggress upon them.
Have you
But you don't have any sort of-
tried-
Go ahead.
I mean, the staff is supposed to control them, isn't it?
No, I've just been asking them nicely. There hasn't been any real, like, point in tell them to move.
So
Well, you haven't tried using it to command them to do anything yet.
You know, given my first roundabout with items given to me by a hag, hitting percentage on things being bad has been currently 1,000. So,
Just because it's a hag doesn't mean that it's evil.
I know, but, you know, prior conceptions of things that I've acquired off of hags.
It does have some undead energy coming off of it. So your fears are kind of unfounded. What was that face you just made, Connor?
just because it's a hag doesn't mean it's evil. It's also got some undead.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do I seem like a pretty consistent person right now? By the way, what was I?
So
what was I just now? Spring form?
Yeah, you were in spring form.
Okay, let's go summer now.
Your
So I had an
hair
idea.
is about 75% blue.
All right. Okay. We're doing this. Gwen grabs her shirt, puts it on, walks over, grabs her stuff, puts it on real quick, walks up to Cori, and she's just gonna punch her in the knee.
Ow!
What are we doing?
You punched me in the knee!
You're repressing your feelings!
That's none of your business!
It's my business now, bitch! And she's gonna tackle her.
All right. Cori wrestles.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go and do some experiments.
Caelum, I want to help you with this because it comes to my attention. These blights, you may or may not have control over them, and they are made of driftwood. Driftwood floats.
You know, a boat made out of corpses is really bleak.
I wasn't suggesting to kill them, but I like the way you think.
There's no. He's saying they could follow us.
Or push the boat. Push the coral boat.
Or we can make them out of living little things and they can doggy paddle us to the next island. Sorry, that's also dark.
All right, so while you two are having this conversation, Cori and Gwen, you guys are doing fighty times. Roll for initiative.
Okay.
Just like this, like side, like could
Natural
do.
20.
Woo!
All right.
I did not beat that.
All right, so Gwen, you are still going to be getting a surprise round to grapple.
Okay. So I'll use I would like to rage. Sorry, not sorry. And she is going to I don't think she's gonna try and grapple her. I think that she is just doing like unarmed strikes, but like more like shoving and hitting than like punching for like punching damage, because I know that
Non-lethal punchies. Got it.
yeah, for sure.
We're not Tuesday.
Monday night. So she'll try and double attack her.
Okay.
We literally just woke up
Yeah.
on the first day stuck on the island.
So that was a dirty 20 and a 7.
Okay.
All right, that hits.
20 will.
So
I mean,
yeah,
the first one does.
Yeah, that's 5 points of non-lethal damage.
All right.
She's just gonna start hit her until she starts talking or crying or something.
5 points of like bludgeoning,
Like smacking, yes.
like slapping damage,
Well,
which is to say
tackled-
physical damage.
Yes,
Which is
yes.
to say I reduce it with my armor.
Fair enough.
Should we stop them? Okay, just asking.
Cori's just gonna try and grapple her.
Okay.
You have to oppose this
Yep,
check.
yep.
Athletics or acrobatics?
I got a natural 20.
I got a dirty 20.
Plus 5.
Yeah, so
So you
Cori,
go
you go to grab out at Gwen. Gwen, how do you get out of this one?
You go to grab me and I just like slip out around you and I'm gonna take a punch at your kidney.
Ow.
Sorry.
Okay.
And as she punches, she's gonna say, "You're sad. Admit it." That's a 15.
A 15 does not hit.
Okay. And a 13 plus 5, 23. Nope, 18. Math.
An 18 does hit.
Boom! 5 more points.
Okay. Reduced to 2. Ow! It doesn't matter if I'm sad. We're stuck on an island and we're trying to get off. She's gonna try and grab her again. Ah, 10.
That was almost another natural 20. That's a 19.
Awesome. She misses again. Gwen's just like scrambling around and like punching her in the knee and in the kidney. And Cori's just like, "Argh!"
There's no place for you to run. We need to figure this out, Cori. That's a 21 to hit and a 7.
All right.
2 more points.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
this one's up to 4. I don't want to run. I want to make a raft. She'll try and grab her.
Ah.
Blake and Caelum are walking through the forest.
Okay.
That's a 12 and 16 plus 5. 21.
Okay, yeah, I rolled an 18, so it's
Wait.
another miss.
I'm supposed to be rolling at advantage those, right? Yeah? Yeah. Okay, good.
Are you raging?
Because you are raging.
Mm-hmm. All right. So can I counter grapple? I hate grappling rules. I have to make a grapple attempt on her, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I'm making a grapple attempt on Cori since I'm dodging her so good.
Okay, I'm resisting.
Okay. That's an 18.
All right, you make it.
Okay. So Gwen she leaps off the ground and grabs your one arm and pulls it behind your back. And she's like, you can't run from your feelings, Cori. You make me talk about shit. Let's go. Blue means sad, right?
So you grab her arm and like twist it behind her.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, you really suck at talking about things.
And Blake and Caelum, that is what the two of you hear as you make your way into the woods. As you look back, and the two of them are just trying to grapple each other. And Gwen at this point is on Cori's back with Cori's arm popped up.
I feel bad.
For what?
I was gonna know about the staff, and it doesn't matter. What are we doing? What are we trying?
Well, for one, seeing if might want to warn them. Caelum just shouts over his shoulder. Just look out for any blights because we're leaving with the staff.
The fuck?
Well, so back at the tower, that hag had a table with research on it.
Right.
The staff doesn't create blights, or at least I don't think it does. So what if she's, I don't know, found a way to create these blights? Her research has all of her notes on, well, some plants. I couldn't decipher everything because it's in her own shorthand, but given time, I could look into it.
Do we need to go back?
Yeah, we might.
Guys, we're going on an adventure. We're not splitting the party again.
We're a little busy.
We are not splitting the party again. You're coming with us.
Caelum just walks. No, he points at the both of them. I hate to do this, but fall. And he's gonna cast command at level 2.
Is that a charm effect?
I think it's Let me see. It is a control effect.
But not charm. Okay.
Not charm. It's an enchantment.
Cori
DC
might have something for that.
14 wisdom.
Oh god, that was almost a 15. I got 5. Gwen just falls backwards into the sand.
21.
Saves.
Yep.
I needed just one of you, so.
Or just brushes herself off.
Gwen's head pops up from the sand. The fuck was that?
Command! I can do it again.
You better. And she's gonna start running at him.
Stop. He's not casting. He's just saying stop.
She'll tackle him.
I'll intercede.
She's still raging, so she's
Okay.
pretty pissed off. Well, okay.
We're just gonna mount up on Oakenheel and trot up next to them and be like, are we done? Should we get back to work?
I got a 24.
I got a 5.
Oh, did you do your blood dice today?
Nope.
He says as he gets tackled into the brush.
Oh.
Don't ever fucking do that to me again.
Okay.
She gets up, brushes herself off again.
That was a really good hit.
Thank you. And she kind of shakes out of the rage. I could teach you sometime. We should train. Cori, you suck at grappling. We need to fix that.
Yeah, we should go.
She's in summer form, so she just gives the middle finger.
Time for that hour-long trek through the jungle.
Yep. And as you do, you just see that as you make your way past this wall of these blights, as you continue on your way, they just sort of seem to fill in a circle around where you are, and they just walk, giving you about 30 feet in either direction amount of breadth from where you are. Not getting closer, but they all just seem to go with you. These large, these huge tree-shaped or humanoid trees kind of walking along with you, as well as these smaller ones.
If one's walking up next to Caelum, he just turns. Could you guys build us a boat?
Make a persuasion check.
Jesus. 21. I'm rolling high.
Which ones are you asking?
The biggins.
Okay. And you see these forms just kind of nod towards you. And then you see all of these wooden figures that you were with just begin walking back towards the beach.
Thank you. Huh.
During this hour-long trek, I would like to use my my chalice.
Okay.
5.
Yeah.
Even bad rolls are good rolls. Especially with the blood die.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so you guys end up making your way through the woods, and after Caelum's initial build me a boat request to all of to these wood creatures, they just don't even seem to really be there around you guys anymore. Instead of this circle that was near you, they all seem to have dissipated. Any of them near you are just gone. And as you arrive to the central tree where the tree hag, or where the sea hag, where the sea hag had made her base, you look up and you can see that the top floor of where her house has actually kind of exploded upwards and out with this large red 5-starred leafed plant that has these nice runs of green through it that are very similar to the large plant that you guys had actually encountered inside of this lab not a day or two ago, or not a day ago.
Mm-mm. That's a nope from me, dog.
We gotta get that research.
We do.
You want me to go in first?
Place to the ground. It's fine.
I mean, I've got the staff, so it works on blights, right?
Okay, so what's the plan?
Walk in there, and if things go south, I could just always grab the book and teleport out.
You're not going in by yourself.
Oh, I know. I'm just giving my plan.
Okay, we need to think of like a cohesive like group plan. So people aren't left behind.
Right.
Yeah. So, all right, this is what's going to happen. Blake, you and me in the front lines. Caelum, Cori, you guys are going to be behind us. If we run into trouble, you guys will phase step to the book. And then we're going to fight the thing. And then you guys are going to phase step the fuck out. And then we're going to bail.
We can only do it.
Yeah. We need to rest a little before we can't do it twice consecutively.
All right, new plan.
We can do it once.
I think in the way you reference it, once it's the one pump chump.
How
She
about
looks up at Caelum, and she just like touches his leg. I'm my little boy.
I'm learning.
So
You say a lot of things, and I retain them, so I'm just repeating what my parents says. I mean, what?
All right, new plan. And she's like getting excited because she gets to like be in charge for a second. All right, Blake and I go in first. You guys come in behind us. If we run into anything, we'll distract the thing. You guys grab the thing, then you phase step, and then we'll bail. And you guys will be like cover fire from the back.
you do realize I am the worst at throwing javelins? The literal worst. I don't think I've recovered a single javelin I've ever thrown.
Yeah, Blake's typically the one who fires.
All right, new plan. Cori and I go in first. Blake and Caelum, you have the back because you guys have the ranged attacks. And she like looks at everyone. We're good so far? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You get a round of nods.
Yeah. Then we'll deal with whatever's in there first. You guys will come up behind, get the paperwork that we need, and then Caelum, you face step out because you're squishy. Blake, you fall back and you're like shooting while you're falling back. And then Cori, you remain in contact with the thing. I will back up. Then you face step out of there, and then we're good.
Actually, sounds like a really good plan.
Good. All right, Cori, let's do this shit. She's gonna kick the door open.
What door? You guys
Oh,
fucking
right.
destroyed it yesterday.
She goes to kick the door open and kind of falls forward. Oh,
As you
sorry.
see the remnants of it that had been pulled into the house that Blake had just clawed through yesterday.
I would just like to say, I light my crossbow on fire.
Yay!
Yeah.
Okay.
Cori draws her sword.
Gwen pulls out the run axe.
Caelum has 2 staffs.
All right.
He's not a dragonborn.
That you know of.
No, you weren't supposed to tell them. Just kidding. So you guys make your way into this hag's home, and as you do, you begin kind of just taking a very brief look around on this base level. And as you do, you can see that there is the room that you know has all of the kind of pickled fish and food adjacent things that the hag was using to actually feed herself over the time at the island. So if you guys have no recourse over what you're eating, there is actually plenty of rations that would be able to be consumed from the hag's stores. It just doesn't smell or probably taste particularly great. And I'd like for everybody to make investigation checks as they kind of take stock of the area around them.
And while we're doing that, does Caelum have prestidigitation?
No,
Okay, just checking.
Okay, so
that's 5.
16.
Okay, so 10, 5, and 16. And then Gwen, what'd you get?
I rolled a 1.
Okay.
And I have a -1. So
Welcome!
I tried to get to say it.
It's because you tried to kick in the door that wasn't there.
I did.
So, as you guys are looking around on this base level, Caelum, you are drawn towards kind of the research area that's been laid out. And Blake, you are investigating this back area, taking stock of all of the food and supplies that you could potentially use if you were to be stuck on this island for that much longer. Gwen, part of you is just kind of like looking around, waiting for something, some bit of this tree fort to actually like come alive and attack you, or a vine to come down from above and attack you. You are just on high alert here. Cori, as you are looking around this house, whereas the other members of your party are seeing this tree in the middle of this island very much as a lair, something that a monster or some other vile creature that you would need to hunt or exterminate would live in, you'd see this as a house. You see this as a home. And as you are going around, you kind of take stock of what would be what you would have expected anyways. What? You're going to say something?
Nothing. I'm just listening.
So you kind of take stock of where you would expect Vilda to have sat or to have studied or to have walked around. And you see what looks to be just this nicely made wicker chair that is sitting up next to a table. And throughout all of the chaos that's been happening, there doesn't seem to have been very much attention paid to these more mundane places throughout the house. And you see that there is a card that is opened, laying on this table. And as you go over to it, you pick it up and you begin to read. And the card says, "My dearest daughter, with the twin calamities soon upon us, it is more important than ever before that we harness our power. One over the other, powers unimaginable, but if able to be controlled, could mean the ability to reshape the realms. The gift I sent you earlier is but an imitation of the powers at our fingertips, if you would only look but up. When you are ready, come find me. I know how much your plants hate the cold. Mother Eldest." And that is where we will call it for tonight's session. So I wanted to say thank you to everybody who decided to stop by and enjoy an absolutely wonderful Cyberwolf. Looks like he has been geared up to say something.
Indoor?
Yes.
What the fuck?
Welcome to the beach episode, guys! You guys like the beach? Super fun!
This is not the beach episode I wanted.
But it's a beach episode we needed.
No, it's not. I expected like bikinis, trunks, a barbecue, some fireworks.
Nope.
I made some kelp.
You made some kelp.
It's true. No, if anything, the fireworks are going to come next week. So, first and foremost, again, thank you to everybody who's decided to stop by. It really means a lot to be able to see such amazing, kind faces and usernames in our chat every week. I am excited about it. So, with that in mind, RJ, where can we find you? What do you do?
Hey everybody, I'm RJ on the channel, but you can catch me at RJustice282 on Twitter and Twitch, where I tweet about the nerdy things and get cute chibi art. And sometimes stream Overwatch and Devil May Cry 5. You can catch me on the Tuesday night game as Hubris, our Tiefling Warlock, on Waterdeep Dragon Heist.
Yes.
Was that right?
Yes, it was.
Fuck.
And LB, where can we find you? What do you do?
You can also find me on Tuesday nights during Waterdeep Dragon Heist. We are in the end game. I am playing Ghost, the Shifter Cleric Blood Hunter. And then on Sundays, I am on Encounter Roleplay's channel playing Heroes of Fate, which is amazing and super excited about. And soon I'm going to be super fucking busy with all the new things that I'm going to be doing, apparently. Because I agree to things, and then people are like, well, what if we do a second season? And I'm like, it's fine. I can go from 5 to 11 p.m. on Sundays playing D&D. It'll be great.
That sounds like a great time. Speaking of somebody who knows how to have a great time, Cyberwolf, where can we find you? What do you do?
Bold of you to assume that I have good times.
I watch the streams. I know it's at least 75% of the time.
But you can certainly find me on Twitter, where I tweet and retweet and sometimes like other people's tweets. You can find me tweeting about whenever I go live on my own Twitch channel, twitch.tv/cyberwolf1201, where I play video games badly, but I talk about lore, because I love me some lore. For other role-playing stuff, you can, well, first off, you can find gameplay videos on a YouTube channel that you can find off of that Twitch channel. You can also find a podcast that Kyle with an N and I do, where we get drunk and do parkour and we talk about it, because Let's Talk About It just got its second season, which just means we got some better art for it. More stuff coming soon on the Anchor FM and possibly other stuff if Anchor would ever submit our podcast to other places. But you can find me doing other role-playing stuff on Prairie Star's channel on Thursdays. Probably not this Thursday though, because I got a day job that gets in the way of stuff. And yeah, you can find me here, same time, same place, and you can follow twitch.tv/open4adventure. I'm not on it right now. I don't think I'll be on it for a while. Might not be on it ever, but I help behind the scenes, and that's all that matters. They're good. You should follow them.
Yeah. And Danae, where can we find you? What do you do?
I'm Danae Keener. You can find me at DanaeKeener.com. I do drawings, oftentimes based on D&D and other nerdy things, and you can find those at DanaeKeener.com.
Yes. And if you have made it this far, you probably already know who I am, but I am the Indoor Adventurer. You can find me doing DMing here Monday at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Tuesday 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Wednesday, man, I don't know if we have anything planned for Wednesday yet, but One Shot Wednesday, that's what I'm going to try and throw together, see if we can get some people in for either maybe playing the same race, everybody the same race for an adventure. I know Wings is a super huge fan of that, and that is what we did the last time when we went to Hell Scouts camp, which was a summer camp for young tiefling children to teach them how to be the best tifos that they could possibly be. With that said, you can also find us at indooradventures.podbean.com, anchor.fm/indooradventures. I was going to say anchor.fm/podbean, but that is not the right way to do that. You can also find our audiocast anywhere you find other audiocasts. So places like Spotify, aka Spoofy, iTunes, Overcast, Google Play. I wanted to end all of those with that weird upward inflection, so we just did. Then, of course, we have all of our VODs on Twitch and YouTube. We also do have a Patreon, so if you feel like we do a bunch of stuff here on the channel and want to support it, you can go to patreon.com/theinDoorAdventurer and find your way to either our Discord server or a small corner of my heart. One of the two. Hopefully Discord, though, and also the heart. It's fine. But we also are going to be going into our after show called Nights in the Courtyard, where we get to answer all sorts of amazing questions from you viewers as well as other fans from the community. So we're going to be heading into that. So all you patrons, don't go no place. Everybody else, we will see you guys next week. All right, everybody.